You and I actually haven't met in person yet, although I'm at least excited we get to meet on video. But we've talked a few times, and I think I found you through another podcast.
Yeah, from the Sustainable Mind podcast.
That's right, that's right. And I just fascinated with what you are doing with Trashy Beauty. I love the name too. That
Thank
is
you.
so exciting. And you are a beautiful person. I'm gonna go that we use trash to make ourselves beautiful, right?
That's the idea.
There you go. Well, tell us a little bit more about Trashy Beauty and how you got started with this.
Sure. The entire concept started because I wanted a way to be able to show people that there are useful things to do with things that they normally throw in the trash, like coffee grounds. I used to be a barista, and I watched as many tons of coffee grounds, spent coffee grounds, were
Uh-huh.
being thrown out, and I knew that they could be used for beauty products. So there are a few companies that already exist that take fresh coffee grounds and make it into a coffee body scrub, some that are quite popular.
Okay.
But I figured if I could do it with a used product, what was normally considered waste, that it would be able to show people that it's not actually waste. There's still some usefulness to it. And then it's going to benefit you. And maybe it could get people to rethink other things that they're throwing away into the trash.
Oh, I love that. I think we all want to do more, but we don't always know how.
I would love to just publish the recipe online and have people make it themselves at home as well, because I think it's something that the more impact we could make is by showing everyone that it's possible to do so.
So then how do you make a business? Can you do
Yeah.
that?
Well, the idea for me was really not about building a business or
Okay.
necessarily like making a living off of this company. The idea for me was to just change people's minds. And so if I could get even just one person to change their habits of how they were living within the planet and with Mother Nature, then I've done my task.
Well, there you go. So that sounds like your mission.
For sure.
So the really cool thing is that, there's this synergy between what we're doing. So you take food, right? This huge movement right now towards organic foods, natural foods, and really paying attention to what we put in our bodies. And that's like all the health that goes inside our body. And then what you're impacting is what we put on our bodies. And I think a lot more people are paying attention to what chemicals are in stuff, and is it repurposing something? Is it another use for it? And then
Yeah.
what I do is where your body lives, right? Is in your home. I love the fact that this triangle is coming together for so many people and they're starting to connect the dots.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've been kind of all natural with my beauty regimen for a good, I want to say like 10 to 15 years now. So
Wow.
I removed parabens and petroleum and other nasty things from my beauty regimen a very long time ago. And what was kind of nice about the coffee ground scrub was that it was used coffee grounds, organic sugar, sweet almond oil, salt that was like Dead Sea salt, and essential oils. And that was pretty much everything that went into it.
Keep it simple. I love it.
Yeah.
I know sometimes the simplest answers are the best, and we kind of forget that.
Yeah, absolutely. And there are some really interesting companies that are doing some great things with coffee grounds. There's one in the UK and also one in the Bay Area in San Francisco that is taking the coffee grounds, compressing it and making it into charcoal or logs to use for fires.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, and it can also be remade into biofuel. So there's a lot of usefulness for coffee grounds. I think at a base level, making it into a beauty product is something that people can do themselves at home. So I wanted to target this type of behavior. But on a large scale, it can be put into the compost. It's really high in nitrogen. So it's great for your plants. And there's
That's
just
where
so
mine
many,
goes.
yeah, there's so many ways to use it rather than just throwing it away into the trash where it's going into this anaerobic environment and then it's not actually decomposing and it's not actually being turned into nutritious soil.
Yeah. We compost too, but the bunnies have found the compost pile.
Oh no.
I think we're feeding the bunnies more than we're composting, but that's okay. At least it's going back to nature, right?
I'm like, we can talk about your compost methods. I think there's some ways around that.
Well, we were trying this fabric composter. It's this huge fabric bag, but it's that real thick
Mhm.
yard. Like you can buy pots made out of this fabric.
Yeah.
Bunnies like that, we found out.
Yes. My friends use one that's basically like an upside down barrel. So the barrel has like nothing on the bottom so the worms can get in. Then they just have like it closed on the top. and then they can just open this very quickly to throw additional compost in, and then it just decompresses as they go. And then they have a little opening on the bottom, and then they just like dig out the fresh like the good soil compost at the bottom.
Did they make that or buy that?
Nope, they made them.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, that one's a really fantastic one. Those are my friends in New Zealand. So that's their compost system. And it's honestly, it barely fills up because it's this 50-gallon drum.
Right.
And it takes a really long time for the compost to decompose, but it's doing it in this really great system where it keeps all the moisture in. It's like self-driving.
Anything that's self-driving, yeah, I'm all in favor of that. Which reminds me, I need to order a few things. You reminded me of that.
Good.
Well, we found these really cool rain barrels that are made out of recycled or repurposed the big, huge olive barrels that they bring over the olives from Italy in and wherever else olives comes from. But yeah, like our water district here, somebody that's associated with the water district brings them over in bulk, and then you can just go, you order them and you go pick them up, and it's like half the cost of having them shipped.
Cool.
There's all kinds of great solutions out there. And, I always kind of rethink back to the 3 R's, right? The basics. That's okay for all you guys out there that don't remember this. It's reduce, reuse, recycle. So the last thing you want to do is recycle, right?
Yep.
The first thing is don't use as much of it, or just use what you need, and then repurpose what you're doing. Love it, love it, love it. And then recycle. And everybody always asks me, so what's the difference in repurposing and recycling?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think of this as upcycling the coffee grounds.
There you go. I like that even better.
Yeah. It's like it could go to the compost, but I'm making it into this premium product. And I've gotten such a great response from people who are like, I have really sensitive skin. I feel really weird about throwing coffee on my body. I don't drink coffee. Why would I put it on my skin? And then they use it and they're just like, actually, this is really fantastic.
So I don't remember if I read it on your website. I'm sure I did. That I did not realize all the benefits to coffee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the caffeine gets absorbed into your skin and it helps tighten your skin cells, and it helps remove some of the water from your fat cells. And so it actually helps tighten and helps with reducing cellulose.
Well, I know I've seen caffeine used in other creams and things before, so that would make sense.
Yeah.
That would make total sense.